What comes to your mind when you hear the words water park? Most people think of water, lots of water, and of course, countless slides and other interesting attractions. That's actually true, but we wouldn't make this video just to tell you what you already know, right? So get comfortable and let us tell you about the most unusual incidents that happened in water parks and various amusement parks. 1. Many people dream of going out to the middle of the sea or ocean on a huge cruise liner equipped with all sorts of entertainment options. Even though the liners are out in the open water, the travelers still don't mind the opportunity to ride water slides. Foreseeing all the excitement, the owners of one of the cruise liners installed several different slides on it. All of them were quite steep, had loops, fast descents, and so on. The test runs were successful, so the owners of the ship thought that it was safe to invite people on a cruise and allow them on the slides. However, during the very first journey, as the people started going out on the water slides, a rather scary situation occurred. A woman was going down a closed tube but couldn't get through the very first loop, resulting in her speed dropping to 0 and her getting stuck. To be honest, I don't know how they got her out of there, because the launch was from a rather high point, and it was unlikely that the assistants could have simply reached her with their hands. They probably had to disassemble the ride. Can you even imagine yourself in the place of this poor young woman? What if she suffered from claustrophobia? Getting stuck in the enclosed slide would be terrifying and cause severe emotional distress. It's no wonder these slides were closed immediately after this incident. 2. In this video, a man was going down an open slide with his friends. Everything seemed to be going well and he was having fun, but he was in for a big surprise at the end. The man wasn't just the first one to slide down, but he also developed too high of a speed. Thus, he hit the barrier, which caused him to go into a backward somersault and get slightly scratched on the surface. However, he got up quickly, which means that he didn't sustain any injuries. 3. And this wasn't so much a water slide as it was a free-fall experience. The video shows the young man falling out of the slide at such an angle that he was virtually flying in the air. It looked more like a vertical teleport tube that Mario uses, rather than a water slide. Unfortunately, this poor fellow didn't have a soft and safe landing like our beloved Pixel Plumber. 4. This footage was taken in 2008 at the Seven Peaks Water Park in Utah, and it is enough to make anyone feel sick to their stomach. It was actually also enough to shut down the slide permanently, as it was deemed unsafe. 5. This young man wanted to remember his childhood, so he went down a high water slide. Unfortunately, he gained so much speed that he couldn't stop or even slow down a bit, so he flew off the slide like this. 6. This group of friends decided to have a race to see who'd fly further away from the water slide. And it looks like we have a winner. 7. You should always stay focused on the water slides, unless of course you want to land your back first in the water, like the young woman from this video. 8. Something went very wrong for this man at the last moment. It was a rather harmless and safe ride, but he still fell out of the tube ring. It was just very fortunate that it happened on this particular slide. 9. That feeling when you're going down the slide and simply failed to make the turn. Well, maybe it made her experience even more thrilling. 10. Teenagers decided to go on a group slide down a hill, and that's what came out of it. 11. So what if both of them flew off that inflated piece of rubber? At least it was fun, and they did it together. That's real friendship. 12. This big water slide spins you around in a huge bowl, and then you have to fall through. But the people in the video aren't looking for an easy way out and decided to jump into the whirlpool. 13. This photo is from some unknown place, but apparently it is very high. Would you like to go on a slide like this? 14. This water slide was built in Japan. It is actually one of the longest in the world, although due to its high speed, it can only take you 40 seconds to slide down. The colors and shimmering lights create an incredibly beautiful picture, although some people who've gone on this slide say that at one point they felt like they were going insane. That's one interesting experience. 15. This slide could easily compete with the Japanese one in many ways, and everything would have been fine if the man hadn't gotten stuck at one of the stages right before the end. He lost out on so many emotions. 16. What happened in this video can only be described as divine intervention. While two guys were sitting in the capsule, the women were counting down for the launch. Just as they were getting to 0, one of the cables snapped. Can you imagine yourself in their place? At that moment, they all realized that if the cables had snapped a few seconds later, things would have ended very badly. 17. Whether you believe in the magic of numbers or not, a rather scary situation occurred at the exhibition center in Moscow on the 15th of 2015. 4 people got stuck on one of the attractions called Cobra, an extreme roller coaster with a loop. They were stuck hanging upside down in the air, but fortunately they were evacuated without any consequences half an hour later. After this incident, the exhibition center management recommended that visitors refrain from using the amusement park. All these incidents show that unexpected situations can occur even in the safest places. Therefore, before visiting a water park or an amusement park, it's essential to familiarize yourself with safety rules and always follow them. It's also important to pay attention to the condition of the rides and report any malfunctions to the staff. After all, the health and safety of visitors are the top priority for all entertainment venues. What was the scariest ride you've ever been on? Share your experience in the comments under this video.